Hey guys, something a little bit different today. I'm doing a top 10. I had to print notes because I tend to ramble. Today's video is brought to you by Sabbath Heat. Stay tuned, there'll be a little bit more of that later on in the video. A little bit about me. In 2018, I decided to stop letting my weight stop me from getting into hiking and adventure. So I decided to start going out hiking, adventuring. I love watching a lot of videos. And ultimately, towards 2019, I decided to start making videos myself. Started talking about going places, talking about weight loss, my journey, hopefully inspiring other people to get out and be more active. Through that journey, I've lost over 100 pounds. I enjoyed a lot. And I've just put together this list of 10 day hikes that showcase just how beautiful Manitoba is. Because when you think of Manitoba, like myself, you think of flat, like dead flat prairies and Winnipeg. Enough said if you know anything about Winnipeg. So let's go. Let's start with number 10. Number 10, the Hogback Trail. We start off this journey in Spruce Woods Provincial Park. The Hogback Trail is tucked away in a quiet little corner of the park at 1 kilometer. It's not a long hike, but it's definitely really interesting to be walking on the sand dune with beautiful views of the Assiniboine River. Number 9, another short one, but now we're going to the other side of the province, Top of the World. Top of the World is near Falcon Lake, Manitoba. It is in the Whiteshell Provincial Park. This is a 3.4 kilometer loop, but it gives you a beautiful overlook of Falcon Lake itself, as well as the surrounding area. All right, at number 8, we have Coca Falls near Great Falls, Manitoba. Coca Falls is not a very difficult hike. However, at 3.9 kilometers, the track is actually just following an ATV trail, so it's not technically difficult, but it leads to an amazing bridge with a beautiful view of a really amazing waterfall. One of the best in southern Manitoba for sure. Definitely worth the adventure. Number 7, we have the Manitoba Classic, which is Spirit Sands. Spirit Sands is back in Spruce Woods Provincial Park. This is the epitome of just neat because you hike for a total of 10 kilometers in a lot of open sand dunes. This is combined with the Devil's Punch Bowl. It makes for a really interesting day. The biggest thing to be aware of is keep your eye open for Western hognose snakes. I have actually personally found them there. And it is a hike that you need to be mindful that you do have enough water. They will often close the trail just due to heat because it can be kind of unbearable. Next up, we have Bird River Canyon. It's definitely blink and you miss it. It's on the road heading into Nopamang Provincial Park. It is a 3-kilometer trail with breathtaking views of the Bird River Canyon itself. I do believe you can canoe the canyon as well if you don't want to just hike it, but it is breathtaking. It is truly an amazing hike to do. I got the opportunity to do it twice this year. I think I'm going to try getting it done again this fall. All right, before we get into the top 5, just want to do a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Sabbath Heat. They sent me these electric gloves to try out. I really appreciate it. I love trying new gear. So, if you want to send me gear to try out, absolutely, I'm 100% down. A couple things they wanted me to go over. They come with a 3,000 milliamp hour battery. They heat up in under 3 seconds. They are lined with genuine goat leather. They have 4 different heat level settings and the latest carbon nanotube technology, which I guess is why they heat up so fast. So in the box, you get a charger, a really awesome bag with the instructions and the gloves, and the gloves themselves. So I've tried these out a little bit. It's not that cold here yet. It's only like 0 at night, but they have a little pocket for the battery. That was one concern when they asked me about trying these out. I was like, well, where's the battery going to go? It fits actually in one on each glove. They come in sizes small all the way up to double XL. Mine are double XL because I have big hands. They allow you to cinch them down with one hand, which I found was really, really awesome. And then to turn them on is just a push of a button. Got high, medium, and low. For me personally, I run really hot. So it's kind of like a Thanos glove. Like right now with it on low and I'm indoors, this is actually nearly unbearably how hot it is. Like it's all heat actually all the way from the tip of my fingers down to my wrist. I like them a lot. I was kind of surprised. I was a little worried that I wasn't going to. Oh, I gotta get these off. That's way too hot. I was really worried that I wasn't gonna like them. And as you guys know, I don't want to positively review things that I don't actually like and don't intend to use. So I do hope to do a review on these later after winter or towards the end of winter to really put them through their paces. But as it stands, like I've tried them out, the battery lasts for a few hours. I was too hot wearing them. They're really well insulated. Honestly, I think my game plan for using these is probably going to be just wear them. And then when I need that little bit of extra heat, I just got a quick push button on each glove. I can hit with my wrist or my finger. They're super easy to use. I'm super pumped for these, actually. I'm probably going to buy my wife a pair because she runs really, really cold all the time, where I run really hot all the time. So usually in wintertime, you'll see I wear really thin gloves. So I am looking forward to wearing these. I am looking forward to trying them out. Just I need colder weather because they are so warm and because the electric heat heats them up so fast. Personally, I find that until it's going to get colder, it's not really something I'm going to be using quite yet, just for my own comfort and trying to not have my hands sweat. However, if you run cold, definitely recommend it, even this time of year in autumn. We got a couple months until it gets to like minus 40, minus 50 Celsius around here. At that point, those are going to come in handy because it is, with the filming in the YouTube, I often have to take my gloves off to operate my drone or to operate my camera. So having the ability to heat my hands back up again really quickly, super awesome. I really appreciate them sending me these gloves to try out. I'm going to be keeping them. I was considering giving them away, but I don't want to give them up because I think they're going to be really, really awesome. There's going to be a link down below if you guys want to check them out. And let's get back to the top 10. All right, so in number 5, we have Pebble Valley Rim Trail. This is a trail that I actually recently just did. So you'll see that a couple videos ago, I did this trail. The Pebble Rim Trail is 7.1 kilometers. Now, this is where we start to get into the altitude gain and loss in Manitoba. The other trails don't have very much. Pembina Rim has 190 meters of climbing up and climbing down, as well as a really amazing tower with a 360-degree view over the Pembina Valley itself. And you can actually see into the United States from the top of the tower, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Number 4, we have one of my favorites. I sailed there. I've hiked this trail at least a dozen times, and that is Elk Island. The whole loop is 17.5 kilometers. Not a lot of elevation gain and loss given you are at the water, but it is the most Pirates of the Caribbean feel that I have ever had. Until I can get to the Caribbean, it is amazing. The inside of the island, there is an abandoned car. My sailing video, you will see when we did sail to the island. We checked it out. We walked around. There's a lot of beaches. One of my absolute favorite spots to just go and chill. I work evenings, so a lot of times I will just go there in the morning, hike to the island, and just hang out on the beach. This year, the water was up to here. Other years, it's ankle deep. It's kind of a choose your own adventure. Changes year to year with the sand dunes. Now, back to the elevation gain and loss. We have Gorge Creek. Now we're in the national park, which is Riding Mountain. It's a bit of a drive, but it is so amazing. The Gorge Creek Trail is 11.1 kilometers out and back with 362 meters of elevation gain and loss. A couple weeks ago, I did a video. This is where all these clips are coming from my previous videos, where I did just the half. I got to this really amazing outlook, and it was when I was actually celebrating having lost 100 pounds. It is an amazing trail, definitely worth the drive. And it is the first trail I was on that made me just stop and be like, I cannot believe that this is truly Manitoba. In number 2, we have the other amazing trail in that part of Riding Mountain. I cannot pick one or the other, so both are on the list, and that is Bald Hill. Bald Hill via Reeves Ravine is a 14.2 kilometer out and back trail, and you are over 400 meters of climbing up and down to do this trail. It leads to this really neat gravel ridge with amazing panoramic views. I'm putting, like I said, all the video up over my face and all that. So it is amazing. It's truly, truly breathtaking. I would say an amazing trip would be is to camp in Riding Mountain and to check all these trails out. But it is a trail that you can drive from Winnipeg to the trail, hike it, get all the views, check it all out, get back in your car, drive on back home. The neat thing too is you can stop in Neepawa. They have Boston pizza there, as well as every other restaurant you could want. So after you, like myself, build up an appetite, it's definitely awesome having those kind of city-like amenities. And in the number 1 place, we have the trail that has beat me more times than I care to admit. I've only ever actually completed it successfully once. I was going to try it this summer, but with my knee problems I've been having, as well as still being quite in the high 300s, I'm scared to try it, and that is Hunt Lake. Hunt Lake is the hardest day hike in the province. Well, the south half of the province. I haven't been up north yet. It is amazing. at 12.6 kilometers and 210 meters of elevation. It's not as much elevation as, say, Gorge Creek or Bald Hill, but in my opinion, it is harder. Anyone that's done Hunt Lake Trail knows that it is bouldering for the sake of bouldering. It is climbing up to climb down. It is amazing. There's so many cool views where you're way up on these ridges over top of West Hawk Lake. There's a little cave that everyone hangs out in. Everyone gets that picture at Hunt Lake itself. It is an amazing spot. It's just a place that I just enjoy to wander around any time of year, no matter the season. Now, I had to put in a bonus here. This isn't technically a day hike from Winnipeg unless you are like myself and you are totally okay spending 8 hours in the car for a very short hike, and that is walking on ancient mountains. This is a hike that I do multiple times a year. I've done it in winter. I've done it every season now. I've done it alone. I've done it in groups. It is amazing. It is only 1.8 kilometer out and back and only 66 meters of elevation gain. But from the top, you get these amazing 360s of endless wilderness in Nopamang Provincial Park. It is truly out of this world. The downside is it might not be for everybody. Like I said, it's 6 to 7 hours in the car, maybe as long as 8, depending on how rough the road is in. Sometimes that road isn't very well maintained. The park was closed for a while this year because the road was washed out with the flooding. And in general, it's a long day. It's a lot of time in the car. I used to work as a road tech, so for me, that drive isn't that bad. Like my tap out's about 14 hours in the car. But by all means, it is a truly amazing day hike. I wanted to put it on this list, but I recognize that really long drive may be out of the realm of possibility for a day hike for a lot of people. All of the trails listed, I will link down below to the All Trails app and like what maps they are, as well as down below there are all my socials. I don't typically do a lot of top 10 stuff. This is my first time doing a sponsored video. I will not endorse anything that I personally don't like. If you want to send me stuff to try or recommend gear you want me to try, by all means, recommend it. If I don't like it, I'm going to tell you. I'm sorry, but I'm not willing to sell my soul for a gear review. But no, like I said, I'm going to do a review on these later in the summer that I don't think they're going to sponsor, but we'll see how they stand up over the winter. I don't know, probably get in trouble for that. Anyways, if you guys like what I'm doing here and you want to see more gear review stuff, let me know in the comments. I will be back to my normal adventure videos coming up. I just have a lot on the go right now. Like I have to get the boat back on the stand for the winter. There's a lot of work I want to do the boat. Like I'm installing a fridge and deleting that awful ice chest that cost me a bunch of money in food and ice that I did not want to spend, as well as some basic repair to the fiberglass. Many of you don't know, but I actually do have a travel trailer. Is it a seasonal? I try to keep the location like pretty quiet because it was super easy to find and I was not super comfortable having people really know. I'm actually a fairly private person, but I have to get that all closed out because I'm moving it to a different location. I want to keep it on the go because I have some stuff in the works for next summer where I plan to go on a road trip, and I'll take you guys all along with me. But if you guys stick around this far, big shout out to my channel members, Amanda, Pam, and Chris. If you want to join my channel membership, there is a link down below. If you want to DM me, my Instagram is in the link tree down below, as well as my TikTok, which is more of the silly, random stuff. I think I did a TikTok yesterday, just me with black eyes, implying that I was just soulless ginger eating souls because, I don't know, that's just kind of what I do over there. But I do respond to my DMs. Just try to keep them tame. I've had some pretty... Yeah. I'm not going to put them up here. I'm not going to shame the person. They were respectful when I asked them to stop. They did stop, thankfully. But please understand that, like, some things make people uncomfortable. But if you guys stick around this long, let me know down in the comments. I know, like, I don't have the greatest review retention a lot of times, and I'm trying my best at this. I don't know. I'm just a dude with a camera that's trying to show you guys what I'm doing. And as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching.